Okay, we're back at it again. Uh, I need to stay awake for a little longer. Hello, person. Slimer. Hey, I have a later day tomorrow. Sergeant Slimer, I have to stay awake for a little longer. I had a really brutal day yesterday at work. I'm responsible for a lot more stuff than you thought I was going to be. And there's training curve is steep. So I need to stay awake for a little longer. So I'm going to do this. And then I want to start a fourth project and work on that. The other two are kind of on hold at the moment. So let's see. I spent quite a bit today putting the glue in the gaps because it's pretty boring. I'm building this. This might switch to something else. It's probably going to have a stock. This is going to be fixed here with this. That's what we're doing tonight. We're fixing this. Because I realized something that even after I get them on there, it's not going to matter because I'm going to be using barrels anyways, and they're going to be front loaded. So it doesn't matter. I can put them there. They'll all be good. There's no real progress since last time. It's just I just glued this things up because watching me stuff glue in holes is kind of boring, and I didn't know if the DAP plastic welder I bought was going to be any good because I have to take 2 containers back to a hardware store that's way out of my way because the stuff didn't work. Today we're going to... Hey, Broke Nerfin, I just watched you. Where'd there's a sock on top of that for some reason. Oh, you guys can keep me awake for a little while. Actually, probably quite a while. We have a late shift tomorrow, but I gotta stay awake long enough to be awake so I don't wake up all day long. I'm still gonna go for like 10 hours sleep. Shouldn't be hard. My legs are pretty busted up. I spent a month sitting on my butt, not really working. So it was a big surprise to go from nothing to have to run around. It took 2 hours to close the store down, for God's sake. That was the accelerated version of it. I still don't know. I have to take a lot of notes from like tomorrow to figure out exactly things I gotta press. I don't know if you got the message. Try a hard line for your computer for that. I thought about doing interviews too, and even this gets spotchy. For some reason, my little shop room likes to divert the internet away from my computer unless I shove it all the way back like this, and then it works well, but then I can't reach the keyboard. So I think, and I know the internet doesn't work this way, but the router is literally like right here, and then the wall is like right here. So all the router energy is being directed right at the corner, and I think it's like splitting the router energy. And my old roommate said that's not the way it works. And I'm like, yeah, I know that, but It's the only explanation I got. Either that or it's the mirror thing I bought from Spencer's when I was 6. That's a big damn screw. Nobody ever said from Spencer's years and years ago. The demonic energy that comes off of the mirror. Okay, so we're going to put that down. Yeah, got a lot of neat views on the content. I have to say, it's not exactly what turns me on to Nerf. And I'll explain that easily. I like the weird shit. Like, I like to be wowed with, you know, like people doing shit like this, like the strange shit. That being said, there's people out there that do review styles and other stuff that just really love this, like Matty Barker. Matty, he's always going live on Nerf, on Evan B. Nerf. That dude's got a love for this hobby that will put anybody to shame. It's insane how much he likes, like everybody likes the hobby of this. I met him too. He's a really cool dude. He's a lot to take in immediately. Like, he's really intense, and this is gonna come in handy, I bet you. I can certainly use this. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Like, I have to see, like, I don't know. I sound like a jerk when I say stuff like that, but it's all thought out, perfectly normal. Like, I like to see the strange and bizarre. Show me your blaster you cobbled together that doesn't make any damn sense. Oh, wow. It almost hurt my eye. Oh. You guys can't see it, but for some reason my eye is all swollen up. I'm going to have to do this without those because I can't see through that. That just hurts too much. The distortion on it's not good. Don't do this without protection. Not a good idea. It says Clowny. He's about to do something not a good idea. You know what? That's not going to work very well. That angle sucks. So we're going to do this old school. Old school. I'm going to go wide too. I don't foresee myself using that big Nerf logo thing anytime soon, but I really need this panel. Long shot front gun panels are really good things. There's a lot of neat stuff in here. Far beyond just an integrational. Crap. Popped off. Probably step on that now. Okay. I think I used a part of one of these earlier too, didn't I? That part looks familiar. Huh. Oh, I did. I remember. Yeah. That was what I used on the sledge fire. Basically this hunk right here. That was the bottom because I cut it short because I cut these off and then took the other part and glued it down to the bottom there. Oh yeah, I gotta remember not to do that this time because I don't want to repeat that. I'll open up the box. Open the box and throw the stuff in. And the check goes blank again. Andrea's rifle. That's That's the one that looks like an M16 or something, right? Or is that the one that's the priming one? I don't remember. I had not much interest in either of those. I was glad they made the Busby shotgun again. That's what made me happy. I was glad that thing still exists because I don't ever want that to go away. I love that blaster. It's the first blaster I bought that really got me back onto this stuff again. Other than the Maverick. Just used to chase the cat. Ah, the Predator one. Okay. Yeah. There's not much you can do to those, unfortunately. They don't take a whole lot, which is a shame because they're really neat. You just don't take an extra lot to them. You can cut them down to make something really neat looking out of them. I'll give them that much. They can be cut down pretty cool. Okay. Well, that support structure is going to have to come out. That's for dang sure. I'll never get that thing together like that with the support structure. Oh, in there. You know what? I need the barrel thing. Need the barrels. And maybe a piece of P-TAG. Pecs will work too. This stuff's really cool for doing Springer barrels. Pecs. Like you flex. Why would my chat window not guard us? There we go. Cool. Yay, Neo Seeker. Yeah, this is a really, PEX is a really cool tubing. The only problem is, like, not only is it stupid expensive, but it's flexible. So, like, for short barrels, it works really good because it's really waxy. But it's not cost effective by any means because it's just stupid expensive compared to PVC. And it has a different outer diameter, apparently. Won't go. I'm gonna do brass anyways. Where's the thing? I have one that fits. Don't have any that fit. Crap. Okay, we're gonna make it fit. Hey, Pete. Fuzzy Pete. We're gonna have to do this because I gotta make a measurement here, and I don't like rulers. Rulers are for communists and Democrats. Maybe Canadians. I'm not entirely sure. I don't measure anything. Measure none and swear twice. Or measure never and slice and cut yourself. And swear all day. Swear to me. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have to. I'm Batman. You're just sleeping. You're just sleeping. I hit him in the face with my batarang. Then they go to sleep. He's all tuckered out from doing evil all day. That's one of the more messed up things. Stupid Batman thing. Oh my god, those are hilarious. Oh, come on, you turd. We don't have another. I am the terror that flaps at night. I am the stain on your sheets. I am Taco Tuesday. Ah, come on. Unicorn go around and around the bend. Really? Razor blade my ass. There we go. Hey! Okay. This is all the electrical tape. No, it's the only one I got left on my desk. I gotta stop using that one because that hole is big enough to fit the little shot glass thing. Evan sent me in the bag with the shot glass, and I used to hold all the Dremel heads that I use immediately because my Dremel box is completely buried. I can't get to it. Okay, this is what I was doing. Need to make the determination of exactly what kind of barreling. Nope, there we go. Okay, so it's only going to be a front loader. So those are going to have to be adjusted. That's an immediate thought. That's going to have to be adjusted. Unless I go that way, and that's dumb. Nope. It's going to have to be adjusted. 8 hits. It's going to have to be adjusted. Let's turn this on its belly. And yeah, okay. That's exactly what I thought. See, it's going to encase both of those. Like that. And then this one, oh, maybe not. Uh-oh. Okay, so, uh-oh. Oh, no. No. Yeah. Bollocks. Okay. No problem. Hang on. There we go. That's garbage. Okay. So now we got an issue. Didn't think of that. Thought they were up higher. Top barrel goes in here, sits in there. This thing goes in. It's going to hide the barrel. Real easy. All right, I can fix that. Just take this junk away right here. Yeah, I got one too, but mine's going to be later in the day. All right, Slimer. Good night, buddy. It's going to be like that. So that's going to be hidden real easy, right? No problem. Insert this in here. Like this. That stuff in the way, of course. So I can't do it. There we go. Garbage out of the way. That goes in here. I got this barrel still exposed on the bottom. I don't know exactly how bad that looks. I mean, it's not awful. It's not normal looking, I'll tell you that much. Definitely not in love with it. Oh no, we don't want, and you don't want us exposing ourselves. Bill Murray, he's awesome. You guys give me a little, I gotta figure something out to put under there. Now, damn it. Oh, that sucks. really kind of sucks. This looks so good right there, like that. That really does. And I'll hide the one barrel, but the other one kind of sticks off the bottom then, and it's not really hidden. I mean, it kind of kills the look of it a little bit, because without it, that looks a lot better. And you get that stupid barrel sticking out of the bottom. Like that. It's not going to be that long either. It's only going to be about a dart's length. So, here, third line, like right there, like that. And then that goes over. So you're going to have yeah. I can always just use the top barrel, but these aren't Smart ARs though. That's the problem. It's a Busby Smart AR. I archived them. It's American phone. I took what do they call it? This stupid ass blaster and this broken one I bought, and then a Baron, and I put them together. I'm trying. The problem I'm having, other than the fact that this is literally going to line up like coming out of here, so I have to figure out how to cap all this, which will be interesting. I don't think that far ahead. It's going to be a breech loader, hence the hole, because the barrel goes through here. Probably going to actuate off that trigger for the Baron, like this. And then, well, we could always, I guess I could single it. No, I don't want to Jaru any of these. I really don't want to do that. I like this. This is a fun one. You don't want to Jaru a single one of these blasters. We really Jaru'd that one, didn't you guys? So, broke nothing. They could always, if it's going to be singled, we could always just single this. I mean, it's not that hard. You basically just ditch this thing. That goes away. And you drill a hole right here. You put it in right there. Like that. Now, if I were to single it, I'd really kind of rather not. I like the idea of having two emergency shots. I play with a lot of single blasters. Like a lot of single blasters. It's one of the reasons I have a high death count. Not like on the good end either. Like right there. That would go through right there. So this, in part, then would come out of here. And I think that would actually... Dang it. Does anybody remember where the Zip Point Badawada Point 3 beans are from? I think that's how it was. Zip Point Badawada Point 3 beans. It's from a cartoon. Been making me nuts for a month. Like it's impossible for YouTube or anybody to type it in and find it. because it was an obscure reference from like Tiny Toons or something. Anybody even knows what Tiny Toons is anymore? Okay, so that's gonna go like right there. It's gonna have to tuck in pretty good. We'll see. Hello. Played a dirty trick on me, Mr. OC Nerf. Yeah, I got a lot of things that I didn't know existed, and a lot of things I wish I wouldn't have known that existed. Like, apparently, like, there's a lot of really weird, well, just stuff you can't unsee or once you've read it. Oh, it's stupid chat window again. Stop doing that. There we go. It's not a song. It's a cartoon reference from something obscure. I have to tilt this up because I can't see what's going on there. So that's going to go like that. And that's going to go in the center. In the center. It's so close to being like in the center that it's painful, but it's not. It's like it's just not on the center. And it won't quite hide the barrel, which is actually beneficial now that I remember. But I don't want it to hide the barrel because I still have to do it. I just don't want to single the Baron though, because I already have a massive Springer up here, and then I have another one down there with nothing to it. But I need something to dress this like the worst possible way. It needs to be dressed. It is so bad. I'm going to move to something here. It gives me a lot more space under slinging a blaster. See that? I need to do this on camera. There we go. No, it's that. Well, if that was an underslung blaster, that would actually look kind of neat. It's something. I don't even remember what it's from. Like, the announcer had to keep saying it, and they had to keep telling him to say it, and the announcer, like, slaps him down. Oh, gravity tool. I'm thinking it was like a Duck Dodgers remake thing, maybe? I don't know. It's just a problem. It's such a weird... What the heck is this? Weird reference for something that I don't know what it is. Oh, that's a Night Finder. Huh. Why did I get a vintage Night Finder over there? I don't want to sit through days worth of like childhood cartooning just to find some stupid reference on something that really doesn't exist anymore or never did. Okay, so you know what? We're just going to deal with this as it comes along here. I already said we're going to let the blaster build itself, and apparently it likes this piece a lot, so I'm going to trim these up. Biker Mice from Water. Didn't they redo them? Like they did them and then they started them back up again and then didn't do anything again, like when they redid He-Man. No, it just kind of sucked. No, I don't mean like they had He-Man, and they had like the one, and they had the really crappy one where He-Man was from space or something like that, and then they did the really cool one when they explained where Skeletor came from. That was a good one. I might have to put goggles on or something because you can't get these in my face. You don't want stuff like this in my face. You gotta protect the money maker. Ah, melty plastic. Well, you think they did like 2 seasons of Biker Mice anyways. Like, I think Conan might have had more things than Biker Mice. Conan the Librarian. Don't you know the decimal system? You just need that flush. I don't have to look pretty. Like every Taco Tuesday. It just needs the flush. It ain't gonna be pretty. Now part of the beard. Okay. There we go. Tony! Hey, no problem, man. You had a former engagement. I didn't really even plan on doing this tonight, but I was starting to fall asleep, and I don't want to fall asleep yet. I have a long, miserable day most likely ahead tomorrow, and I have to stay awake for a little longer. Because if you get like more than like 10 hours of sleep, your brain doesn't function well. It continues to want to go. So I'm trying to limit back to like less than 10, which would be good. Mostly just so I can get my legs kicked up. And I'm going to wake up when the sun comes up anyways. I'm still on that mode. Drying these back. Oh, that's a neat shape. Yeah, this isn't quite as going as planned, Senor Homely. Yeah. I usually get like an hour and a half in, and then I'm up. That's because I drink a lot of beer or water. And I wake up and I gotta pee. Biometric alchemy. Even exchange. One, none, we're out. One goes in, one goes out. One of the things that suck about these things, although they're really neat, is they have so much freaking infrastructure in them for being neat little parts that when you go to use them for things like flash hiding or hiding pieces, it's like you just go nuts because like the Sledgefire ones I did, I had to cut like all that stuff away. I had to cut it down here and then over and then up across this, and all that had to be taken out. It was a pain in the donk. So much pain. I don't normally like to use a sanding wheel to do this. I have some kind of sharpening stone, That's rubbery. I don't know what it's actually used for. I think it's a sharpening stone, but I've used it so much for doing this, it's like almost gone now. I used to call it the eraser, but it just went right through plastic like a hot knife through butter. It was great. It was a disc too. So if I need to like get to something like cut, I could actually do that. I just wish I could find more of them because I don't know. There's not enough of it left to find out what it was. My Dremel's a really old one. And I got it when I was like 16. And you couldn't get them in many stores. I think like Home Depot was like the only place that had them or something. Well, my parents didn't shop at Walmart. I was too far out of the way. But again, I don't think Home Depot was around yet. It would have been like Heckinger's or Gilded Square. I'm not sure if Home Depot was around when I was doing this. Just the crafting stuff instead of my intended purposes of choice today. The motors and those things are probably worn down. I should probably replace the brushes in the motors. So like I said, they're like 20 years old. My brother's already worn through his 2 sets of motors. He uses his as much as mine. So maybe mine's just built to a better standard because it's older. You know, the older stuff don't fall apart as quick. Well, older stuff that's made don't fall apart as quick. I fall apart pretty fast. Oh, kind of want to bring that up to that edge. Long strife. That sounds pretty cool. I'm actually working on my first strife mod. Well, I probably should be working on my first strife mod. I'm gonna make something for the builder's merging master thingy. I got utterly sidetracked and decided not to. I gotta figure out where this is going to line up. You might not be able to use that firewall. Or do I want to cut this thing and shove that into there? Yep. That overhangs a bit. Well. Not really meant to touch. Bad touch. Uncle Bad Touch. Who do you think we are? Uncle Bad Touch. See, no matter what I do, I'm gonna have to cut it away anyways because it doesn't reach the front. It's so close. So close. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. I gotta fill that in with putty though. Or a panel. I'll probably run a panel over it. This, see, it really covers that up really well. So the trick is just going to be figuring out exactly how far to put this on versus that back. And I don't have to do it straight, actually. Now that I think about it, that can be crooked. Because it's probably just going to wind up being like most of this panel piece. I'm probably going to have to do that stupid all over again and cut down across here again. Probably what's going to happen. So why don't we say what we say, do what we do. YouTube may monetize me. Well, I keep losing markers. I don't know how or why. Down the one with the shitty tip. Oh, there's the one with the good tip. There it is. It's in my cup. This is me cup, laddie. Don't keep markers in your cup. Coach told me that. Okay, we're gonna have to go match that angle. That's convenient. It was right to the line. Okay. Noise time again. Oh boy. I should just drink some Mountain Dew or something. Make an artificial weight. There we go. Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking, this will actually kind of pull my viewing hours up, I think. There's that chance that doing live streams might actually push me into, the monetization where I was, in the first place, before they went and screwed me. Oh, wow, I guess that's pretty good. Holy donkey toes. Donkey toes. No, I have to say donkey toes because I don't want to swear. I say donkey something else usually. Kind of like ape rape. That's not necessarily the best thing to say on camera. Gamera is really neat. Gamera is really neat. Gamera is really neat. Gamera's made of turtle meat. You've been eating Gamera. Oh, I love MS3TK. What a great show that was. Oh, yeah. So I guess you're like the only guy on here. I mean, you know what that is. I don't even know what model number they're up to now with the Dremels, man. That's number 395. 395 Type 5. Like I said, that thing's like ancient, dude. That's an old Dremel. Is there a thing holding this thing together? That screw post is all the way up there. Jeez, monkey tails. Holy monkey mash. Monkey mash. I do the monkey mash. No monkey mash. Let's see if this super glue will work this time. It worked up here for the jam door. And then I got my methacrylate and a unpronounceable glue. Mr. Nathan glue. Mr. Nathan glue. Mr. Nathan glue. That's what we're just going to call it. The Mr. Nathan glue. Everybody uses this stuff now. We're probably going to put a screw in holding this thing down. That's pretty impressive, actually. Only I've had nothing but problems with the smaller drum. Is the stylus? Is that the? That's a battery-powered one, right? Because this came in the 2-pack with the battery-powered one, and it was utter garbage. Like it never worked right, ever. It gave me nothing but issues for its entire lifespan before I chucked it into oblivion and lost it. Yep, lithium ion. I don't even think mine was lithium. Well, maybe it was lithium ion. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, I have to break that free because that has to go. This is why I like to use super glue. I need a screw. Giggity. Super glue pops loose. See? You can adjust it real quick. That hot glue will do the same thing, but you got to kind of get it back to where you want it, and that's kind of a pain in the butts. Oh yeah, this with the 4 holes on it. Oh, that thing was misery. That never worked. Never worked for me. I'm glad yours worked. I wore the battery out in that thing in like a minute and a half, man. Of course, I asked a lot of my Dremel when I first started doing. I still kind of ask a lot of my Dremel now that I think about it. There we go. Just like that. Line that edge up. Line that edge up. Now, see? Those are all lined up like that. The only thing I really don't like is for the Dremels is I don't like the thing, what do they call it? The cord. I've never liked the cord. I had a buddy lend me his for a while. It was kind of nice to get it like in things, but it's always bindy up-ish and kind of in the way. Okay, so this is the same way I did this on the Sledge Fire. And once I get it established where I like it, you see there's a lot of overhang here. And like that's going to completely interfere with the barrels. You can see maybe, there we go, how it knocks into the barrel there on the bottom. So what I do now to get it to weigh, and if I was smart, I'd probably have a better way of doing this, but I'm not. So then I come back and I cut this crap out here, and I can make it sit to fit and then close it, and then I can get it the way I want it as I come back and reshape it. So since I got this side down, I'm going to go ahead and just do this one too. And I got to match that angle again. Okay, just got to go in. Nintendo. Hello, Nintendo. I have something in my mouth. Makes it hard to talk. I do too. I'm glad it's turning out well. The only problem is it's still blocking the barrels. It's like blocking both barrels now. So, but the blaster really wanted it to be there. So I kind of can't take it away. Because it wants to be there really badly. Because it looks really good. So I can't take it away. I have to find out whether I'm going to single the bottom one. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I put the parts in the fit and then backwards. Yes, listen to the voices in the shell. That's exactly what happened with the Sledge Fire. Well, sort of. I was not only listening to the voices in the shell, I was listening to other voices too. Sledge Fire really did build itself, though. It looked absolutely nothing like I tried to start. So screwed up. So screwed up. Where'd my sandpaper go? Sandpaper nubs. Little sandpaper nubs. Hello, little sandpaper nubs. Oh, so put those sandpaper. I'll set them down and put you in the holders. Yeah. I put the piece and I get the edge off here. And a sharp edge and will hurt my fingers. The sharp edges hurt the fingers of Clowny, man. Delicate fingers. Girly fingers. It's such girly fingers, Clowny. Yeah. Girly. Like y'all. Like y'all. Should probably check to see if that fits in there first before I go put more pieces away. That's going to go right in there. That's going to go there. Just like that. Okay. Time for the glues. Come on. There we go. And then high. Put that on the mark. I want it there. Put these on the mark. I want them there. And hold it steady. And then dot this. This is the only time I like the liquid super glue. I prefer the gel, but the gel doesn't do what the liquid does. And that's run all over everything. This is the one time. Wow, what the hell? Okay. I'm not sure if a hairdryer would actually make this cure faster. Did I use that up already? I guess so. Huh. No. It's gonna air bubble. Need a pen. Yep. There it is. Whoa, crap. Donk. There we go. Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Okay, where was I here? There we go. Just a little dot. The liquid stuff gets in the cracks, which is good for this. Stinky, ugly. There we go. Taco Bell shit. Yeah, well, that gets out of the cracks. That gets in everything. That makes a mess. I'll try to keep the glue off my fingers. Okay, now, as you can now see, this will no longer close because the piece is closed perfectly, like I said. And they don't line up. Ah, booger. That is really, really off. It is really, really off. Like, yeah, see, that's awful. That is awful. How did that happen? Oh, I got it. I see what happened. I see what happened. Like, that should be over here. It's not going to make a difference, though, because we're going to take all that out. I think I'm going to have to. Use a barrel piece. Just like that. See? Yep. There's the barrel. It's going to go right through here. So I'm going to have to remove all of this and this, and then probably uncap the front of it from here like that. So I'm going to lose part of the front profile of it. It's going to lose that. Don't. It's going to lose that little cap. Right there. This is going to have to come down. And this is going to have to come down. So we'll mark that with a line. I'm going to take screws and put screws in through here anyways. Screws in. Screws in! It's going to get screws in. All right, let's see what happens. That's a spicy meatball. Yo, that's hot. You Dremel fire. You do Dremel hot. Yeah. What bit do I want to use? I want to use my eraser bit, but I can't find it. Oh, wow. Jeez. I got torqued on there pretty good. I'm going to go like this. I've caught my fingers up on this thing more times than I can count. Not necessarily saying a lot because I am not good at math. And go around this stuff. Oh boy. Indecision. Indecision. Got a little girl happy there. Look at that sidewall. Uh-oh, there we go. I've just gotten good at dealing with the weight of the Dremel. Like, you know, like I said earlier, a lot of people use the stylus thing, the pencil cord that goes with it. I never got used to. Yeah, not supposed to breathe the dust. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna help at all. But yeah, I never got used to using those things. I found them really uncomfortable and problematic because they always kind of twist the way you don't want it to twist when you're trying to use something. It was always just a bit of a pain. I borrowed one from a buddy for a while, and it didn't like it. I'm going to give it back to him. Joe Snyder, I think that's who that was. The only other kid I can think of that would have had a damn Dremel tool. Oh, look at that. I gotta switch this mat out too. This thing has outlived its usefulness. It's been cut up. I could probably turn it around and get more stuff out of it, but I think I'm gonna switch it out for something that's actually like a shop type mat that is like able to be sliced and cut on. And something good and sturdy will be good to have again, or for the first time, I guess. Yeah, I was wondering what's going to happen with that. When I went in there to get spikers and things like that, and they had, all they had was the needlers, which, you know, was a really cool thing, but I didn't want to spend the money on the needler. I went in there for one thing and one thing only. And then I ended up buying a Gobzuka. Yeah, we saw that about them coming back. I'd like to see KB Toys come back. That's what I want to see. That was my childhood place I wasn't allowed to shop at. We didn't go to the mall to buy toys. We went to the mall to buy clothes or glasses. Toys weren't on the menu. Oddly enough, neither was lunch. Food to 3 kids and parents were expensive. Yeah, I still regret. I kind of regret I didn't buy one, but that was kind of not like in the cards. It was just, I was after the spike. They had a whole wall full of spikers, for God's sake. And then they were just gone. It sucked. Oddly enough, like a couple of days before they closed, they still had a bunch of those stupid Fierce Filer bows too. Like, not the Fierce Filer, the Codebreaker. They had a shitload of Codebreaker bows. Nobody was buying the Codebreakers. And they were still wanting, like, you know, way too much. I was going to buy some of those, but those were still expensive, so I wasn't going to have one of those either, damn it. Oh, do this in order. Buying blasters at craft stores. God, you see, I don't even have that. I have a Michaels and a Hobby Lobby and Joann's and a Burlington, and they never had any of that cool stuff here at all. Rotten bastards. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just come loose. Thank you. You can look ugly in here. Hobby Lobby is a really sad store. Like, everything is stupid expensive, and then, like, nothing is useful, and nobody knows where anything is. I asked them where the brass was, and they're like, we don't have it. And I'm like, where are your lamp supplies? And like, the harp for a lamp. And the late girl was like, we don't sell musical instruments. I'm like, come on. Ugh. I had to walk around the store for an hour. Like, just looking for crap myself. It's a place to go for lonely housewives that like to make crafts, I guess. I don't have a lot of nice stuff to say about the place. I had to go in there twice. Only once was by choice. Well, the second time I went looking for epoxy stuff. They don't carry it. Ah, mommy, mommy. Find a way. Ah, yeah, Michael's is so much cooler. There's so many little things underneath the cuts on this thing. It's unbelievable. Michael's is much better. That's good, homie. That's good, homie. Hey, you're about right with that too. Oh my God. Yeah, the just stupid, useless people. Of course, that can be like everywhere. That's kind of me right now at my new job too. Like, there's a difference between shopping like at a place and knowing if they actually carry the shit. So, like, every time somebody asks, they're like, "Hey, do you know you have this?" And I have to go back and be like, "Oh, look, yeah, it's no, we don't carry that." Like, it sucks being the new guy. I didn't think I'd ever say it, but I really, really kind of do miss working at Walmart. I knew what my job was, where my place was, what everything was. You could do it. And this doesn't. This starting over bull is bull. It's hard. Learning curve is definitely steep. But it's gonna be worth it. And it's what people keep telling me. Keep telling me things. Sometimes it's in English. I'm gonna clean that up. Enough. It's raining plastic. Look at that. Later, Clowny. Later. Oh, see Nerf. Oh God, see, say OC Nerf, and my screen goes blank. We get a handful of plastic. Nobody's eyes to throw it in. Pocket sand. Yeah, that's because Harbor Freight doesn't really have like a. Technically, there's no people that are like sales associates. You have cashiers, a sales manager, and a store manager, and a sales supervisor. Then they have what they call a leader. Hey, Nerfenstein. Then they have what they call a leader on duty, which is the guy that's supposed to walk around the store and ask people stuff. But they don't, because you're full of doing all this other stuff that needs to be taken care of. And that's just the salespeople, because there's an entire separate branch that reports to a logistics manager on them. So the company splits itself into two groups that are cross-trained, but like, I don't really know what the hell my job actually is, damn it. Like, everybody already has their plan and shit together. And I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. It's utterly ridiculous. Okay, so that now should look a lot better. See, why are you doing that? Huh? Is that side shorter than the other one? Is there a mark in the molding that makes this happen? These are in this almost the exact. I must have some kind of slight twist in the shell that is causing this. It's not going to make much of a difference, though, I think, because if I single it, this little area here that's not level is going to be this is spread apart because it won't shut because these things are in the way. This is going to get cleaned in, which I gotta keeps falling out. It's my reference point for this stuff. I can see where the barrels are supposed to be dragging out of. There we go. See, they'll be in. Yeah, the problem I've been having. Oh wow, Mr. Nathan. I didn't even see that. It's probably because my eyes hurts. The problem I'm having with it, Nerfenstein, is that the Baron is a two-shot blaster. Okay. Now, never mind the fact that this barrel, like, comes out of here, like, completely not in any part of the hole, and I'm going to be running a breech, hence this hole in this. The problem is that this is a two-shot barrel, all right? Now, it's really easy to single these things because all they are is a bunch of holes, and you just replate this, cut a hole in the center, and then stick your barrel here like this. So technically, I can go like this and drop one barrel out of the bottom and kind of hide all of this barrel in here. But I was hoping to get two. And the problem with that is that even if I make the lengths of the dart, the lengths of the barrel, dart length, and my dart disappeared. Here it is. My dart length, it's a little hard to get at the barrels because I have to cut all of the lower shielding away then. So when you look at it, you're going to be looking at a knife edge instead of something clean from the front with a nice clean edge. Singling that, I could put a breech in there, here, and run it back and forth. But I want to keep the two panic shots on the, ouch, sharp into the brass, on the thing. But when you do that, then this barrel on the bottom becomes completely exposed. And I want to try to retain brass, and I don't want to run PVC tube on the bottom of it. And I'd have to find something else now to go over that, but then you can't, because then you can't load it. And I'm looking at other things, but this just looks way too nice like this to not do that. It just looks way too good. And I could ramrod them in theory, but I don't want to ramrod them. Yeah, so I can maintain this angle here, but the front's gonna have to go out because it won't be able to shoot if it's hitting here. So I'm gonna have to cut like a fair amount of well, probably all of it. It's probably going to have to be sliced out of across this here and then up here like this, and then all of this is going to have to come out up to about here where the barrels can be. So it's going to take away, God, this damn light bleaches everything. It's going to take away a big part of that front profile, which is going to have to cut down to here anyways to get the barrel out, because all this is going away. Oops. And then probably all of this. I'm just not sure. Like, I already committed to the fact that this blaster is building itself. And they got to put screws in here yet, but that's secondary. Because I got to make sure everything lines up properly before I go back and use the fancy methacrylate Mr. Nathan glue that I decided to use for the first time, which was really skanky. That stuff's awful. Yeah, I thought of that too. Boom, but that's like really old school NIC, and that's going to be an issue. Like constantly dropping and reloading and trying to get stuff in. Because even though it's a panic shot, this is still roughly the same diameter as this. And the air, actually, it's just a little bigger. And these will have to be filled in. I'll probably just tape over the damn things like everybody does. That's the solution, is to tape over it. So I guess it's back to what they call the definition of a compromise. The definition of a compromise is a mutually agreed upon solution that both sides agree on, that in which neither side is happy with the outcome. And that's what this is going to be. This is going to be a compromise. So I'm going to get my Dremel tool out and cut it away. Use that glue in the end hole. Yeah, that stuff is really stinky. I didn't. Yeah, I just first time I started using it, I had to throw 2 tubes. Well, not that they didn't throw them out. I had to take them away because they were crap on the shelf. And they didn't know until I got home if they were bad. Yeah, Mr. Corey there is building a replica of my aforementioned unnamed End War blaster, or maybe Jam Master J. Somebody else has already built one of those once, and it functions better than mine. It actually functions, first off, which is irritating, and but it works better. So let's. What kind of sorcery? Take this right across. Straightforward is causing me problems. Okay. Look up at the chat here in a second. There we go. Okay, one razor blade later. These missing fingers. Store that. Come on. Oh, you little bugger. Blackheart. stupid structural fits. Wow. Really not want to keep chewing it there. I want to have it cleaned off. I don't know where it's going. Where was I here? I'm running the top. Oh, yeah, it does look nice. Flush, but you can just. Yeah, I read that already. Oh my god. Use or Corey. Here we go. Hey, Clowny. Yeah, go ahead. I hereby authorize the release of my smiling mug, or for otherwise mentioned intent for nefarious or otherwise perfectly dealing purposes. You may include me. I would like to be included on your channel. Live in your. I would live in your garage if I could. It's probably nicer than my apartment. Nicer than my trailer. I bet you it is. I bet you it is. I see. Yeah, this might work out after all. Of course, the barrel's not going to be that long. I'm going to have to go down further in the front. So, I'm going to have to fill those holes in. Means I got to buy more putty because I almost used all my putty up today. Filling the other holes in. Should just bite the bullet and buy some epoxy sculpt and get it over with. Should just order some and be done with it. And that stuff doesn't dry fast enough for me, though. I like the panic of having to work with it. Oh, bummer. Well, that sucks. Oh, I didn't get a chance to watch your latest 2 videos on the thing, your upgrade your game, which is really kind of funny because my like I just got done painting a bunch of real little skeleton dudes. There were like a bunch of them for $1 in the dollar store, and they're really neat little guys. But they painted up really good. I was impressed with them. If I ever get a chance to get anybody of my friends together again, we can play Hero Quest. I want to use them. The eternal struggle of the eternity. I lost track of a brain on that one. Yeah, we will never have. Like, I went and redid my room in the back, which is kind of funny because I'm trying to sell this place or maybe scrap this place, which is probably actually more likely than what's going to happen. But the dang like, I thought I could get all my stuff in there. Like, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to retain the small room still as an actual shop room, and the other one is to be like massive storage now. Because even if I manage to get like everything out and put it in, I still can't get my desk and everything where I need it to. It will work as a studio-ish thing though, which would require me to get like another laptop or a way to or a feed line to go from here to there. Because I don't want to. I gotta get the TV off my desk. If I got the desk set up better, I could actually put a little desk over there, and then my laptop wouldn't be like right here, like literally inches from my stuff and spinning Dremel. I'm gonna go with that. Scrap thing again. Oh, there you go. No more. You or one of the. Let's put my glasses back on. Here we go. This again. All right. There. I'm playing around with that. Holy little piece of plastic. Ugh. Okay, like stupid chat window keep disappearing on me. Ah, talking amongst yourselves and not paying attention to me. How dare you? Yeah, oh God, like Nerfenstein is one of the people that, like, I used to drool over her stuff, her and Spencer's stuff when I was, like, when I used to, like, before I even knew what Nerf modding stuff was, I would just stare in amazement at, like, stuff that those two guys did. No, I like to hack. I got one lucky thing with the sledge fire. That was it. And like, yeah, well, yeah, you're like an icon. You're like you're a beast. You're a Nerf modding beast. Like, just stare at seriously, like your stuff and like Spencer's, and then later Paul Hudson, Heavy Starch. Like, I just like him, like, and like the three like people that like I just couldn't get enough of, because I didn't understand. Like, I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but you really need to check it out. His Zombie Strike brain saw he painted up. It makes you want to go out and immediately buy a brain saw. At the same time, it's futile because it will never be his brain saw. They took that ugly brain saw and made that thing look like that, with all the little subtle nuances in the paint on the bolts and stuff. It's nuts. Yeah, I hope he starts feeling better. He's been hurting lately. I'd like to see him feel better, but I don't know. There's not much I can do about, like, there's not much you can do when somebody, like in Detroit, and you're not in Detroit, let alone, Oh, he's still there. Homely, the collector of Nerf stuff. You collect people's things. That's what you do. You get awful luck with cool stuff. Collector. To get you a mask like Benicio del Toro. Looks like Benicio del Toro. That's my favorite scene from that freaking movie, man. He's like, oh, it's beautiful. And the Rocket's like, it's very fascinating. It's such a dick. Oh, okay. That's a something. Oh, Doctor Who's on. I should do a Doctor Who something. We go paint. No, this wouldn't really. Well, maybe it would. Let's see what kind of damage this does. Now, from the side, it looks good. On the front, Camera's in an awkward location for that. Looks like it's got a giant hole in it. Oh, I missed that cut. See? Nope. Oh no. What? Why are you doing that? What the heck? That didn't fix that at all. That's not good. Look at that. That is really off. Uh-oh. Oh boy. I guess this is why you don't eyeball things, huh? Still gonna sit here and eyeball this. I can see exactly where I went wrong. Okay, so why? That is really weird. It's not the shell. It's not that I got them in the wrong location. Although this one is over a little, it needs to go back, which flush on both sides. When the corners line up, Looking through. Catch you later, Mr. Nathan. Well, maybe by the time you come back, I'll be able to figure out exactly what went wrong. Because that is on the same line as that, is on the same line as that. That's weird. It's got to be a twist in the shell that's causing this, because I didn't set them down, like measure them down. So that line comes all the way through and comes in clean. That line goes all the way through, right to the edge of that one. Right. Okay. There is something up with that side. Doesn't matter because this is why I used super glue to do this. Anyways, just gotta find. Oh, I don't even like that. Okay. Come on, I gotta get under it. 1,000 times, and yeah, I know, right? You use too much super glue, idiot. Yep, I think I used too much. No, where's my pocket knife? I have a technique for this. At least that's what I'm going to call it, because if you call it anything else, it sounds really dumb. You know, like cutting yourself. Basically, yep, there it goes. You just pop at it and you stress it loose. Forces. I need to line these up to line these up. You have to keep it from warping though. There we go. Once it starts, it starts. See? Okay, now I do what I should have done in the first place. I was too lazy to do. I should dual strike. These are kind of the same thing. Just need 2 silver screws. No, it's a dual strike. They're not silver screws. Put the Nerf ones in there, it'll screw up the threading on them. Nerf ones are way aggressive. Don't want them in there. Don't want them in there. Oh, no, it's plastic. Come here, you. Yeah, this will work. Okay. One of these. Go like this. Because I screwed up and had to cut a hole in it. I covered up a screw port. It took me 20 minutes to figure that out. I'm going to need another one. Should have done this in the first place. I wanted to hurry. This is why you don't hurry. Unfortunately, Homely, I can't read a ruler, actually. Believe it or not. Yeah, I admit it. Like, numbers. Numbers are not my thing. Numbers are not my friends. No matter how many times Sesame Street sung them to me. And you count to 10. Up to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. You count to 12 and the little ball goes dancing around. And God, I keep nipping myself with stuff. It is really annoying. I kind of like just to flat out cut myself would be good. No, I have to like nip and slightly stab at. Okay, so now we're going to stand this over here for a second. Now, this is where the fun was. Okay, quit staring at that end and stare at that. There we go. Okay, now it's like that. Where'd you go? This is also like a dirty way to do this too. There's cleaner ways to do this, but I'm gonna have to separate that section there. So I'm not too concerned about it sticking together permanently. I just want to make sure that they're mostly flat and together, because they'll kind of self-level. It's people. Now, this is what I should have done in the first place. I was too dumb, too lazy to do so. Because I gotta have the seam line up in the blaster. If the seam lines up, the edges line up. If the edges don't line up and the seam lines up, I know something's off. Because this is square, in theory. The trick is the eyeballing. So you gotta have to see how much is gonna have to come off if I have to cut it, which I'm gonna have to anyways. I need to see where I have to do that. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing here. The tip of this orange, the yellow here, is just outside the circumference of the circle. So it's not square on either side. If I push it one side, the overhang over here is greater than the overhang on this side. Yeah, see, I don't like the measurement thing because I just can't do it. So since the tips of these are like that, I know what I can do is cut the edge away from here. I can follow this here like I did here, and those will wind up in the same place, which means part of this is going to have to come off on the back. But I don't know what's got to come off yet because I need as much surface area on here for the glue to catch when I'm in there. So these can separate. Crack. See? And then I can hit it with this. Trying to make it sound like that's not what I'm doing there, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Gotta make it sound smart, but it's not. Pop that out. Ooh, that is not in there good. Yeah, no kidding. It's also repetitive. Take this screw post out. I've learned to take these out before I do something like this because they don't, at the angle sometimes you need to remove them is a pain. It's easier to get most of it loose to begin with. Although I think this is going to completely have to come out anyways. I want to make sure that goes away. That's warm. Hey, Gustav, how you doing, buddy? Oh, morning, that's right. You're inverted. I'm inverted, one of the two. Set this loose. We should probably clean this up before I put this in there. I'm not going to. Just want to knock some of these edges off because this is going to cause an issue. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this new Doctor Who 13 Days of thing. I missed to catch a bunch of episodes I didn't like. I didn't catch before. They went through all the Peter Capaldi stuff too, and I know a lot of people didn't like Capaldi at all. And my buddy Brad stopped watching it, and him altogether, two altogether, when Capaldi took over. But I like Capaldi. It reminded me, the whole thing with him being the Doctor was completely different. It wasn't him being like, you know, the happy-go-lucky Doctor. He was... Nervous. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got married. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. It's got to be doing pretty good. She's got a fancy house. This Australian houses look a lot nicer than ours, though. Like, they just look like everybody's place looks really cool every time I see it. It all looks really nice. Of course, like, you won't catch me in Australia. Like, it's not gonna happen. I don't, there's too much stuff there that'll kill me. But I've said that before. I'm not much of the idea of traveling anyways. I mean, first off, it would be kind of expensive, but I'm not a traveling kind of guy. Driving around me, flying around, jet setting, the sea stuff kind of bothers me. Oh, we moved to the apartment. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did move. Oh, well, they have like rent, like rent. Oh God, I often wondered this about Shade too. It's the same kind of questioning, like drumming at like 6 o'clock in the morning in a freaking like I have like neighbor over here does his car like early in the morning, all that. Like you get like banging around in the morning like that, like in an apartment complex. I think my neighbors would have killed me like that. I don't know. Just clear out a closet. Clear a closet out somewhere and be like mine. Just put a lock on it. I kind of had to do one time. I already had to do that. Whoever managed to get out of here, I'll be moving in with a buddy of mine, and his basement will be my playground, which will be really cool. I like to have his basement as my playground. It's a big basement. Yeah, it kind of does. Like, you know, like really, it's always good to have your own space, even when you have like this space to yourself. It's even good to have your own space. Okay, I think we're gonna set this up for the night, and then we're probably gonna hang it up for the night. Wow, that goes right in the way, doesn't it? Look at that. Right in the way. Yeah, I'll do that like that. Okay, now. Really? Is it like a soil thing or like a bedrock thing or something? Because like like I know basement, like not everybody gets a basement and stuff. Like my parents, well, like we had a basement, but we had the house built up. So or like not basements, like a water table thing or something. Or it's just like Australians like don't do basements. It's a tornado thing. Tornado! Tornado! Okay, that edge is right on that edge. Okay, now here's where it gets fun again. Because I gotta starting to get a buildup of the super glue on here. It makes it fun. Good. Okay. Complete silence. Can't really put it down and watch where I'm putting it at the same freaking time. Damn it. It's gonna have to go out right on that edge. Oh, come on, you bastard. Line right up for me. Just line up for me. Good night, or good morning, Nerfenstein. Have a pleasant evening or day, whichever this way the sun is facing currently in your direction. Dang it. Sorry. I'd like to pay more attention, but like that. Oh, dang it. This is where I'm starting. This is where the problems come in. Right over the edge. He's holding it up. Why won't you do this? What is your problem? You're getting glue everywhere. Ugh. Just want to get this down. And see where I'm going to have to cut. Wow. You're kidding me. The problem is a super glue buildup is becoming a pain in the ass now. It builds up too far. It doesn't hold on to itself. The Bible Belt is where they typically focus the tornado news on. Usually where the most destruction comes about. Don't tell me that shifted. Did you shift? No? Okay. Okay. So, all right. You bastard. Don't shift and move on me. So get these down. You can see what I'm dealing with completely. I can drop in screws. And that will be perfect. Apologize, but this takes up a fair amount of brain. We have to get the edge where it's supposed to be. Don't wind up with a bunch of overhang. Okay. All righty. Oh no, oh no. Stay put, you bugger. Jeez. Every time. Just doesn't want to sit. Okay. No. Those tubes starting to get funky. No. Okay, like that. Keep moving your fingers, Clowny. Keep moving your fingers. There we go. There. Now, that, it's pretty sturdy. That's pretty sturdy. I think I'm going to save. I'm going to have to do a little trimming. A little bit of trimming. I got these lines on here almost exactly where they need to. Oh, ow, ow, where they need to be. When I get the acrylic, methacrylic in there, that'll hold better. Maybe just a drop of super glue now. Like that. I might have to start adapting my ways of doing this if I'm going to continue to use that fancy glue, because stuff works really good jamming it in the holes and stuff of irregularities, but this is going to be difficult to glue. Now luckily that's going to be screwed together, but I'm sure there'll be a time where it's going to butt together where I'm not going to be able to get a screw in, because I'm putting two in here too. Because I like mechanical fastening. Much sturdier. That, and I got a huge pile of Busby screws laying around. All those have to be filled. It looks pretty good from the side. Would have liked to have had these out a little further, but I can always build something, and I think I have a little piece that I know I can put here. I would think they would look a little cleaner if they were out here further, but that doesn't match that line there, so I'll find a way to fix that. I'm pretty sure of it. Just before we get ready to go turn in here, see what barrel fit, and I don't have the stupid barrel thing in, so of course I don't. So that barrel is going to pretty much disappear, and that barrel is going to hang out right there, just like that, on the line. Where to go, like that. And if I single it, it's going to do this, and then be completely disappeared, which is possible. Yeah, 2 shots is the thought. I don't know if I like that barrel hanging down like that, sticking out, because it's not going to be a full barrel. It's only going to be like right here. So it's going to be a little thing. And there's one up there, but if I single it, it's going to hide almost perfectly in here. And I'll be able to cut the leather belt. I'll be able to put a piece of polycarb or something across here. And I'll be able to front load it, because I'll have to put the polycarb up to here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we will find out in the consecutive video, because it's 12 o'clock and I'm exhausted. I'm going to take my contacts out and go pass out. So if I could ever figure out, I'm kind of going for efficiency, James, over form with the functioning parts, which is stupid because it's not really designed in such a fashion. But that's a really neat idea, like have it on a slight angle. Oh, I wish I would have thought of that before, because I have a dead Busby. Damn it. I have a dead Busby over under, and I could have cut it back to the line of where the barrel starts, because it doesn't just start here. The firewall is actually right here. I could have cut it there and then laid the tip of that up against it, shortened it up, and had that cut, and I would have had that slice of the barrel that way. I would have sat pretty neat looking, like I do my over-unders. But okay, yeah, it still does. It's gonna be a rifle, no doubt. It's gonna be a rifle. I just haven't figured out. There's a good chance I'm gonna use a stock from a long strike and take connecting pieces above out and just use the connecting pieces on the bottom. So the stock comes out, the stock will come out and go up and over. So it has this large free space in it, but I have to do a little modifying to the stock to make it look the way I want to completely then. So I'm looking for something close to it. But I keep trying to say I'm going to go to bed. Good night, you guys. Thank you for watching. If I could figure out how to check everybody in the stream, I would, but I can't. So, peace. Good night, good day, good morning, whatever it is Uncle Clowny's watching. Have a good one.